Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a good weekend, like I did. Right, busy week this week, as you can see on the calendar. If we just put the red stuff down. We've got a couple of central bankers talking tonight. Then more central bank news after some retail sales, trade balance, another central bank in Canada, another central bank in the UK, another one in Europe, and then the non-farm payrolls. So, fun week. And could, after this time last month, could be in very, what am I trying to say, testing week. Euro dollar 4 hour, if you're still in it like myself. There was a reversal bar there. That's really the first one. Oh, there's this one here, but that's really the first one since we got into the trade. And I missed that. So my stop's now sort of under here by about 10 pips. So that's that one. The Euro's sort of like it's struggling a little bit when you look at the daily, but it's still posting along, no problem. Did get taken out of this piece of junk. Another reminder for David not to range trade. And that's about it. So, got a few emails to go through, but let's get into the charts first, because I know you like that. Okay. What happened to the Fed vote for Yellen? I presume she's got in. I haven't seen anything to the contrary. So, if she didn't get in, there would have been news galore about it, but haven't seen anything. Okay, so Aussie dollar, it's in the area that we're looking for it, but there's no divergence yet. Not even in the stochastics, I don't think. No. One could, no, you can't suggest anything. There's literally no divergence. So staying away from that for the time being, especially with Glenn Stevens talking tomorrow. This one, on the other hand, also didn't show us divergence, but is already almost all the way back to its moving average. So there's no point in trading that either. Nothing there at this stage. We're looking for potentially, if this downtrend is true, then you've had the first cycle underneath this. I'm looking for a shorting opportunity. The FX charts daily email this morning talked about Aussie and Kiwi opening higher on the Chinese news, which is, yes, they did, and they're coming back already. But that was before 5 p.m. New York, so actually trade had not opened yet. What market were they looking at that opens earlier? They would have just said that they would have been opening higher. I don't know if they'd actually seen a price. The market actually opens at 5 p.m., so that's 9 a.m. our time. Yeah. Yeah. Is there an opportunity to re-enter in the euro dollar 4 hour given that there's a ring low? I'd say not, because you're out in the middle of nowhere really. That's the pound. It's not. You need to still be coming from a position of strength, and the 20 EMA is just not that strong enough. So unless there's a massive horizontal that you've got going along here, or a Fibonacci that you've got going from that to that, I'd say that this phase 2 is potentially not over yet, this phase 2 here. So I don't know if there is an opportunity just yet. If there's a ring low here, then yes, I would agree with you. Aussie Swiss, I think we might have divergence on this. Recording, yes, thanks. There's Class C divergence here, and we have a little ring low here, which is a high test, and then we have a low test, another ring low. Class C divergence out of the Aussie crosses. This is the most promising, and tomorrow morning, right in front of RBA, there's a potential there for you've got a reasonable risk reward back to the 50 as well. Do you want to trade right in front of RBA? No, you'd probably wait until they're out of the picture. So sort of 3 o'clock, you might look to place an order, and try and get that phase 2 back if that's something that you're willing to do. Just remember your risk reward. Okay, so your target's going to be here, and you don't want this bar to sort of finish here. So then you stop under here, and that you understand what I'm talking about by now. So just be careful on that one, but this is certainly looking promising. Aussie yen. Slowly making higher highs. That yen weakness, but it literally isn't something that I feel very excited about. It's just me, but you guys, fit your rules. I can't see this being higher high. This just looks just like crap now. And you got the 200 EMA just almost going flat line. Aussie Kiwi. Just doesn't want to go up, does it? Just doesn't want to go up. There was an opportunity on Friday. I didn't take it. But now it's just nothing. It's going sideways. There's nothing there. Going back to the Aussie Swiss, there's a question about is this a range or a trend? You could say you got 3 touches. You can say you got 3 touches, and there's your range. 82 to 87, 500 pips, and the moving average across here was flat. Is it flat now? No, not really. And that's one of the things that we must have on our range trades checklist. So I'd be starting this off. Look, if you were wanting to do this, excuse me, the way I would do this, I'd split the order in 2 and have one going to the EMA and the other one going to 87, and see what happens when it gets to the EMA. If it reverses, then close out of the second one. If it doesn't, then trade it across. Does that make sense? So exact same order, 2 orders. So you're risking, say, 0.5%, 1/4% on each one. Entry's the same. Let's call it 83. Stop loss is the same. Let's call it 81.90 for argument's sake. And then you have one target at 85 or 84.90, and another one with the other order with the target of 87. But be mindful of that, what happens on the 50 EMA. Aussie Sing would be the same as the dollar, I'd suggest. And there's not much going on there. There's no divergence yet. Perhaps. You've got a similar low, or maybe even a lower low across here, and certainly divergence there. So, if this becomes a higher high, there might be something there back up to the 50 EMA. Okay, CAD. CAD is, despite a quiet session, has produced divergence. A nice bar is in the area that we need to see, but we're not seeing sellers yet. So certainly in the zone, is there a strong horizontal? Well, that's all the way up here on the weekly. 106 sort of 50 area. So that's still 30 pips away. If you get something up there, a little test up there and a nice test bar with the similar RSI, that would be the ideal sort of setup. Stochastics showing no sign of change yet. CAD Swiss. Has made lower lows now, finally. Some people, persistence pays off. Okay, so where are we at? Not in the sell zone yet by any stretch of the imagination. You've only just gone past the previous low. Sorry, the buy zone. Look at that. Down there is your buy zone. And we're not there yet. CAD yen. Please, come on. Swissy. Yeah, just slow. That's like the euro, just inching lower and lower, isn't it? 90. It's just proving too much for it at the moment. Swiss yen. Test bar. Test bar, test bar. We like test bars when we're way out there. I've got a horizontal on the weekly at 1280. $12.80 horizontal on the weekly. It's not exactly a strong one, but it is one. $12.80? Yeah, $12.80, and we're just above that. So if we can get back underneath that, and underneath here, and show some divergence at the same time, there would be an opportunity. Euro. Yeah, momentum's still, well, it's getting a little weaker. Rolling over, but it's really sort of stuck in going nowhere when you're looking at it like that. It's like the Swiss, it's just painful. Range trades. If you have a range with decent width, 500 pips, don't the EMAs have to bend from the horizontal to get to the top or the bottom of the range? Yeah, potentially they'd have to. Depends how quickly they do it. I mean, you look at the pound CAD, that had quite a decent range and it was bending a bit, but you need at least one of them, either the 200 or the 50, to be flat. Euro Aussie, $1.50, tested it nicely. The slightest divergences on MACD. There's nothing on the RSI. Well, this is the same as the Aussie Swiss, isn't it? Just upside down. So again, there could be a potential trade in this on tomorrow, just ahead of or just after RBA. EuroCAD finally made a higher high. I suppose this is CAD Swiss upside down too, isn't it? No divergence yet. Still not in the bottom, in the sell zone. Okay. It's not something it's, yeah. Again, this is a pound Swiss upside down. This is rather messy. It's not too cyclical, but lower highs you and that, yeah. It's hard to trade that one. And I'd leave it alone until it got to sort of overextended. The pound's going to do that shortly, I think. Like the Swiss yen, nice test. If you can get back underneath that, and that is a strong horizontal, that one. Very strong horizontal. If you can get back underneath that, there's a trade tomorrow. You do have ECB out later in the week. Unlike the Swiss yen, that's not directly related to it, but it will be affected, the Swissy. There's an opportunity there, and I was looking at the dollar yen myself earlier as one as well. Euro Kiwi. I don't see anything there. Cable. It's just getting into the sell zone. Energizer Bunny, the cable, yeah. Certainly the strongest of them all. That's what you get when you got a decent central banker running the show. Pound Aussie, $1.80 yet. Yep, it's up there. Brave man taking that on just yet, but certainly well within our rights to see a ring high here and trade that back. Hopefully our dollar will get some strength as well during RBA or after RBA. Can you see that happening? No, but it's unfortunate. This thing will still be rocketing too. Yep. Another 400 pips. Also, no sign of slowing. This one out of a range now. No idea where that's going. This one gave us a ring high and then went and added another 400 pips. So overdone. So overdone, it's almost just begging to be sold, but can you do that? No. Not yet. You can see how far I've had to go out to get some extension. 65 was one level, 67, 90 is the next. Was it 60? That's where we are at now, sorry. There's a minor horizontal there at 69, 140 pips away. Maybe that'll be the turnaround. Pound Kiwi. No divergence. Not seeing much in that either. This is what I am. This is in the area, and here we've got clear divergence. This is what I like to see. is clear. Wait, behave yourself. Clear divergence across here. Now I just need price to do the same thing. And then I'll trade it back down to 100 and get in and participate. But that's see horizontal there. I've got across here. These highs. Yep. That's what I want to say. Just need the sellers. Come on. Kiwi, they had a data figure out this morning, which was pretty positive for them. There's something like a 7% when they were expecting 3 on the overseas activity or something it was. And so it's given it a little bounce, which might give us an opportunity to take it on the 4-hour. If we get a nice little sort of ring high here to take this short on the 4-hour. But on the daily, I'm not really interested in the daily, not at all. So this would be a mess. Yep. Dollar Sing. Just don't know which one. This one is, you know, after Bernanke talks tonight, this one might be something worth trading because there'll be no direct involvement on it until non-farm payrolls. The same with the Kiwi. They've got no real news out until non-farm payrolls on the US side, and the same with the Swissy, although ECB will have a bit of an effect on it. So this one, although looking at it, I don't really like the idea of trading it. It just looks a bit messy, but just from a fundamental point of view, you're not going to have news pushing it around this week until non-farms. And then similarly to this one, if you did take this long, you need to have your stop in protection mode now. That's clear selling pressure in the last 2 days. And yeah, you need to have your stop in protection mode under here somewhere. And that's in the middle of the range and in the middle of the phase, so there's not much else you can do. Okay. So that's where we're at now. To emails. Why is my YouTube video so blurred? Stuff to find out. Dollar Swiss. Horizontal resistance. Where's your stop? Stop loss at 91.19. That's 91.19. That's way too close. 88.93. Yeah, massive support here at 90. On YouTube, you can adjust the quality. I can, or the people watching it can? People watching it can adjust the quality. There you go. Thank you, Ezio. Always over the IT stuff, mate. Thanks. So if you don't like the quality, adjust the settings at your end, because there's not much I can do at this end. The dollar was calculated arbitrarily by my coach just to show me how to place the trade on NT4. Right here. Alright. Locked size calculator. Prefer to see the work on your analysis. I don't understand why you're trying to tell me. What's this? Hey G, well my name is David, I don't know what G means. Do not worry too much about the support and resistance figures. These are merely levels where currency prices find support and where it bounces off, hence the word support. Well, cheers. Thanks for that. That's a random email. Right. Looking at this trade, I have divergence and stochastics. Yep. What's this? Aussie Kiwi. Yeah. But not an RSI. Is this still a good indicator? Yeah. I would support your trade for that. Drop in the house sales, and yeah, you're not going to get it. You may have just been triggered in above that bar. I think it was a test bar at the end, wasn't it? Aussie Kiwi. No. Okay. So if you didn't get in, it's probably a good thing. But your analysis sound. It's good analysis. You're an extension. Everything's there. Just didn't eventuate. So now it's a matter of cancelling the order and reassessing, because clearly the sellers are dominating at the moment. Weekly chart on the Aussie. $0.80 cents. That's target. That's probably reasonable. There's this good test bar. This one is Aussie CAD. Yeah, the problem with this one though, mate, is your risk reward. Okay, everything's there, but your R to R is not. Okay. Book on fundamentals. The books on fundamentals, I had a couple of PDFs and stuff that I've gotten over the years, but literally for fundamental, they're just more sort of teaching about, not so much about fundamentals, but more about in-depth analysis. So if you're wanting to take your education further about technical analysis, you can. There are also some books on the psychology of trading. Not really on the fundamentals. The fundamentals is sort of understanding the economics of the situation. You're going to get that more from reading places like Bloomberg and online news articles and things is where you're going to pick up more about that. Or you go and do. We had some people in here one girl in particular came to do the course, and she's doing the Kaplan course. Now Kaplan is online sort of Kaplan is one online institute where we do our training. Okay, so you can come in here And there's other ones, there's like AFMA, which is Australian Financial Markets Association, that you can get some idea of fundamentals. Okay. Dollar CAD continuous? No, mate, not continuous. You're not buying this. This is way out. You've got an extensions here. You said in your email that's continuous, but I'm kind of guessing from the stop loss position. Well, here you go. Yeah, that you're actually going short, which is good. So it's not continuous. It's a trend reversal. Okay, so your email is different to your actual screenshot. That's good. RSI divergence. Yes, you have that. Bearish price action. No, you do not have that. Okay. You have the divergence. You don't have the price action. The most important bit. Okay, so don't be placing that. You online? No, you're not. Okay. Well, with the Aussie Kiwi, is it better to leave it alone for 2 days and wait for a possible ring low and trade on the fourth bar, or can you see an earlier entry? Well, quite literally, I was looking for the 4 hour to do a cycle above that, and it hasn't happened. Okay, the news on the Kiwi was quite bullish for them this morning, and we have the RBA tomorrow. So I would be leaving this alone until at least probably tomorrow afternoon and having a look at what's available for us then. You might get another ring low on a trade on Thursday. If this is a lower high, then Wednesdays is a higher high, and you might have a ring low there. Or it might come all the way back down here and give you divergence, clear divergence, because there wasn't clear divergence here. So yeah, I'd be leaving it alone at this stage and waiting till Friday, RPA tomorrow, and then assess it. Trade analysis, market analysis on Sunday. What are we looking at? Range reversal, dollar Swiss. Where's your extension? I can't see that. This is a retracement, which is okay. 618 is not extension, that's retracement. What's the range that you're looking at? Flat MAs. Yeah, look, I agree with you. I think this is potentially more on a range than a trend. But where are you going to get your extensions from? Look at the weekly and you can clearly see that there's something going on there. And this, you'd say that is flat, but you really don't have any extension unless you do that, which is really not enough. And obviously, if you do this, then that's a retracement level, and you're not at a point of exhaustion on your momentum either. So I don't see that as a potential trade. Strong level of horizontal support. This is RSI divergence, fib extension. It's not extension if it's a 382. That's just a retracement. It's not okay. Where are you drawing that from anyway? Notice you got it down here. Where'd you start it to get that? The 382. This 382 is the retracement, okay? And it's actually supposed to be resistance for when the market comes back up. Can act as support, because what was once resistance is support. You notice this 50 was resistance and is now support. You are sort of showing points of exhaustion on the RSI. Push price action. I just don't see that really as an opportunity just yet. It hasn't done a cycle underneath, and it's making lower highs, lower lows. So you want to be looking for shorts, unless you're doing a phase 2 on the daily, and then there's not enough room for a phase 2 on the daily. There's not enough room for a decent risk reward, right? Being back to here, and there's no divergence. That fib you must have drawn us from that there, was it? This high, that low. There you go. Yeah. Unless you went from to that one. That one's better. But still, you're looking at lower highs, lower lows. You need a cycle underneath the test of the 50 and then taking that short. Not really going long from here. Pound Kiwi. Just 4 hour. I was going to say, I thought the pound Kiwi is more of a range, but that's 4 hour. But I prefer to be doing the 4 hour off the 50 EMAs, okay, rather than the 20. I know that looks good, and you know, not lovely low test bar and stuff. And if the Kiwi is getting stronger, then this will put that under pressure back down to here. And I kind of do see the pound being really overdone, so there's require a bit of a pullback, which would also ruin this. And that pullback will just potentially give us an opportunity on the daily time frame to get in, or you know, also on the 4 hour as well. But certainly not going to be good for going long. Time and price matching on previous 2 phase 1 price action. Okay, so you're saying the number of bars and the cycle's the same? Well, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. This is, I'm not sure what you're trying to show me here, but unless you're showing convergence, that's all that is convergence from that low to that low. That's convergence. Yep, which is why I said yes. Okay. Yeah. Fundamentally, I think this may not work, and technically off the 20 is weaker than doing it off the 50. Okay, and if it was off the 50 in this trend line that you've drawn, which would be fabulous. And also, I'd like to, you know, that horizontal level of 2 is rather strong, as we know, and that's why we've got that strong horizontal. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, but I'm not so certain about it. Could you please check Swiss where would be the resistance line on the Swiss yen? Swiss yen, I do have one on the Swiss yen. There's one there at 112.80. It's not a very strong one, right? That's 112.80. It's not very strong, and the reason I say that is because it's really only that high there that I'm looking at. But if we go further back in time, there's a bit of mess there, and then let's say the high there, you know, it's not that strong. It's a valid one, but it's not a hugely strong one. That's the market's over it by 40 pips or so. Okay, but there's nothing in that yet. Maybe tomorrow. I hope tomorrow. I hope all the yen crosses tomorrow. The dollar yen's certainly looking like it. The Swiss yen, even the euro yen and the pound yen. But remember, Thursday we've got pound and euro central bank stuff. Boot camp, trade removals, demo statement, prop. And that's all. Any other emails? No. All done, guys? Cool. There is, yeah, that's it. Be careful this week. Be very careful. Aussie should be fine after 3 o'clock tomorrow. And yeah, so it's going to be a careful week. Probably best to, not ruin your Christmas and take all these trades that are setting up and wait till after this week. But other than that, you guys have a lovely day, and I shall talk to you. We've got one tomorrow and then one on Friday, Q&A sessions. So we'll chat then. Cheers, guys.